and welcome to the AM Sisters podcast. You're here today with your hosts, Anna and Maria Setting, bringing your favorite twin talk of the week. And in this episode, we wanted to do something a bit different, and we wanted to try out the Proust questionnaire. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but they say that Marcel Proust, that is a French novelist and essayist and all those things, he made this questionnaire to find out people's true nature or their essence, their personality. And as you know, we love those kind of things in this podcast. So we said, let's give it a try. And maybe you've seen it because Vanity Fair, the magazine, has been doing those things, those interviews, trying out the questionnaire with a lot of famous people. So I watched a few and I thought it was pretty fun. So let's give it a try, shall we?
Let's see if you guys get to discover a little bit of our true nature, as they say. This questionnaire can lead you to. So we thought it would be a good idea to ask the questions and then both of us will reply. And we didn't prepare much. It's just like what comes up to your mind. And afterwards, if you like, you can try for yourself. You can answer the questions on your own or with a friend. And then let's see what you guys think about it. So to start off, the first question is, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
So here's Anna answering for those listening to us. My idea of perfect happiness would be a moment, because happiness is not, I don't think it's something continuous. Those are just like very special moments that appear in our lives. So a perfect happiness would be a moment where I feel completely free. What about you?
I believe that the concept of perfect happiness, it's almost non-existent and untangible, and maybe nobody can experience that for real. But maybe perfect happiness would be a moment of a peaceful heart and soul and mind, and feeling good with the people around you and the environment that you are, and just knowing that everything is okay and just being present, really present. That's maybe this would be a moment of perfect happiness for me.
Very good answer. So, what is your greatest fear? That's me asking Maria.
My greatest fear would be losing everything, losing hope, losing any vision, losing will to live. Maybe that's my biggest fear. What about you?
My biggest fear is living a life that is not in alignment with who I am. So that would be a type of self-betrayal, and that's what I fear the most.
So, what is a trait you? Sorry,
go.
You have more to that question. Okay. So, what is a trait you most deplore in yourself?
That's Anna answering. I don't think I deplore anything in myself. I don't like the idea of deploring myself, but definitely there are things that I want to improve. And what I would like to change the most is my anxiety. What about you?
Same. Anxiety and my feeling of maybe lack of confidence sometimes.
So, what is the trait that you most deplore in others?
Maybe it would be unpoliteness.
Say who you are.
I believe they can hear the different sounds.
You think, because their voices are pretty similar.
Okay, so here's Maria saying, believe it's rudeness and unpoliteness and not being truthful. What about you?
Rudeness.
And which living person do you most admire?
I don't know. Do you know who you most admire?
No, I don't have one person that I most admire. A living
I
person.
admire many people. Yeah. mean, I admire many people because there are great people living in this world, but I don't think I put anyone in a pedestal like they're the best.
Yeah. What is your greatest extravagance?
My greatest extravagance is yet to come. What about you?
I guess thinking about the things I've done till now, bits of extravagance, which are not really extravagances, I believe, but maybe a bit in some people's opinion would be like traveling and getting to do things I really enjoy. Personally, it can be an extravagance, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends how you travel, I think. And what is your current state of mind?
Right now, I'm thoughtful because I'm thinking about the answers. What about you?
Searching for creativity. Because I've been worrying too much about day-to-day stuff and things about my livelihood. So I didn't have time to explore my imagination, right, or anything like that. So I miss that.
What do
So
you
what do you
consider?
consider the most overrated virtue?
Do you want to go first? I'm thinking still.
Perfectionism. Because I think people sometimes think being perfect is virtue and something they look forward to. They want to become perfect, but I think it's actually a misconception and an illusion.
Yeah. Maybe I'll say the same, but I won't copy yours. Maybe, although I said I want to be confident, maybe confidence is one. Because there's a thin line, I guess, of being very confident or being a little bit arrogant or
Arrogant.
something like this. Yeah. On what
So
occasion do you lie?
I rather not lie, but I wouldn't say things that offend people as well. I'll try my best. But instead of, I rather just be quiet and say nothing than tell a lie. What about you?
Me too, I guess. For me, it's really difficult to lie, and people can probably know when I try to lie, so I don't even try. But yeah, maybe like very innocent lies just to make someone feel more comfortable or, you know, this kind of situations, but not like a big lie.
Mm.
Like a
And what
little
do
lie
you,
could be somebody asks you, "How are you?" And you say, "I'm fine." Maybe you're not, you know,
white
kind of
lie?
a
Yeah,
lie.
that's right. What do you most dislike about your appearance?
I just like when I have acne.
Fair enough.
You?
I dislike hyperpigmentation, also caused by acne, so pretty similar. Which living person do you most despise?
I don't despise anyone. What about you?
I think I despise a lot of people.
Black and
Hmm,
white here.
yeah, not exactly, but I mean, there's a lot of politicians, especially, and whose ideas and mindsets are completely opposite from mine, and it's really hard to understand their way of thinking and behaving.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like I despise them, but maybe it's just a lack of my understanding of them or trying to be more empathic. But some things are just, against human rights, against so many things that is really despicable.
Okay, so what is the quality you most like in a man?
I'll say that men and women, human, I like the quality I most like in people in general, human beings. It's their compassion and generosity and how people can help each other. What about you? What is quality most like in a man?
Yes, like you said, a man and a woman, we can combine, because those are two questions, the man and then inner woman. So for both of us, we agree that the qualities that we most like in anyone, doesn't matter man or woman or any identification, for me would be perhaps being truthful to themselves, a person who has an authentic, but also like have strong core, you know. They know who they are, or they're not like wishy-washy, or you know, they don't really know who they are yet. Maybe that's the most something that I value a lot. People who have a strong core, like they know who they are, they're truthful to that, not easily swayed by things in life or people.
I think this answer shows a lot who we want to be as well. Because the things that you admire in others are usually the things that you try to be yourself.
That's true.
Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
I didn't notice. I don't think I use like a specific word or sentence a lot, but lately maybe one word that I'm saying a little more often than usual is actually. What about you?
I don't pay attention to what I'm saying, but maybe seriously. I've been saying that. Seriously. Actually, it's like pretty.
Yeah, I mean, actually, blah, blah, blah. And you seriously?
Seriously? I guess you can tell a bit about a personality as well.
But it's also, it feels like a conversation between us. You say, seriously? And I'm like, actually.
Like fixing or like restating.
Well,
I think this is very...
Or like, actually, it happened, you know, like affirming something.
But I think also actually is like trying to fix something or add something, making it more clear, more specific, more like...
And you're just doubting people around.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, seriously? Yeah.
Okay, next one. What or who is the greatest love of your life?
I'm yet to find the love of my life. Right now, c'est moi. And you?
Myself, 100%, because it's something that I'm learning. Since I was born until the day I die, it's a process of learning how to love myself. So, greatest love, longest love, for sure.
When and where were you the happiest?
I think it's difficult for me to answer that, because I believe that the happiest you can only be in the present moment. So when I think about something that happened in the past, it's just a remembrance of that, right? So it doesn't feel the same. But I could say I was very happy when I was able to travel to Japan. You?
When I came to Korea for the first time in 2017, I felt the happiest because it was the first time I was traveling alone. And everything I experienced was just so in flow that it felt really great. I was really, really happy. Yeah.
And which talent would you most like to have?
Musical talent. I would love to have it. And I would love to know how to compose, know how to play the piano properly, know how to sing, and, really maybe have a musical career and in another life or later on in this one. Who knows? What about you? Which talent would you most like to have?
I think I would love to be very smart and be very knowledgeable about a specific thing, specific subject or whatever. Be very like, wow, genius, you know? This would be a talent. I don't know. There's so many things I like and I think are interesting, but maybe like in the creative arts, something like that. being
Really?
a genius in something would be a great talent. To have a brilliant mind, seeing things that maybe only you can see from that angle. I mean, but like in a very amplified way.
But I think having like this genius mind was more like in the creative arts, it can be more like your vision. But the way you explained, it feels more like you studied a lot and you acquired a lot of knowledge, more scientific kind of thing. That's how
Well, I mean, it's more not really like just about studying, but in all fields can be the same. I guess it's something that comes easy to you. It doesn't matter if it's like making a film or studying mathematics or anything like that. I guess all this geniality, all this, spark comes from the same place. It's a combination of the heart and the mind, I think. That's the sweet spot where, this string of blast creation, yes, can come through. And it's just easy for you. And it's just brilliant. That would be a talent. It doesn't really matter the area. Because it just would feel like in the flow. That would be nice.
Maybe you will be. Maybe you just need to find your niche.
Hopefully. So if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
I would be more confident in my decisions and less self-conscious. You.
Since it's one thing, I'm going to stick to one. So it would be have inner peace. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
My graduation, finishing my master's degree. It's very lame of me saying academic stuff over again, but it's true. It was really hard, and I'm really proud that I finished this. And you, what's your greatest achievement? Thank you.
My greatest achievement, I guess, was growing up. Still a working process, but yeah, the greatest achievement.
If you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would you be?
Do you want to go first?
No.
My answer is a little bit strange, but maybe a waterfall. Because I had this experience as a human already, and maybe some past lives as well. And a waterfall would be interesting because it's always being renewed. There's always a flow, and it's very interconnected, everything around it. So,
but that's interesting because the waterfall is like, where does it start? Where does it end? Because the water has to come from a river, and
it's not like we need. It's not like we need this,
physical vessel.
Yeah, and this contained vessel. It would be very different to feel just like a waterfall. Right?
Indeed, it would be very different. We're like a fish pot. We're water, but just circulating the same thing.
Yeah. What about you?
I would like to incarnate in a different galaxy. To experience.
What if you had to come back here?
Planet Earth. I'm done with planet Earth, but if I had to, I said I would be in a countryside of England, maybe Scotland. I don't know, like being away with the fairies and really living a magical life, being a little witch, maybe learning some herbal things and just experience a different lifestyle from the one I'm having in this life. That would be cool. As a woman again, preferably.
Where would you most like to live?
I like to live close to the ocean, close to the city, because for vacation and holidays is great just being around nature, but for real life you get bored and you need to work and do your stuff. So I don't know which city life will show. And you? Where would you most like to live?
Yeah, I don't have a specific place in mind, but somewhere close to nature and somewhere peaceful and clean and with nice people and close to a big city as well.
I think somewhere I can feel like home. That's the most important.
Yeah. And what is your most treasured possession?
My tiny little clear quartz stone that I have since I was a baby. And my phone and my computer for more realistic purpose. What about you?
My most treasured possession is my brain.
It's not your possession.
It's
just part of
mine.
you. You see, this girl wants to be a genius, and what she possesses the most is her brain.
Because physical things can be taken away, but my brain, perhaps my soul as well, but my brain determines who I am in a physical sense. Okay.
There isn't anything that you actually can have
that I can hold in my hands.
Supposedly you can hold your brain, I think. It's not a concept, just pretty physical.
Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe nowadays my phone. Yeah.
What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
The lowest depth of misery is also similar to my greatest fear, which is having no purpose in life, having no meaning, finding no meaning in anything, just despair and not having hope, like very dark moment of depression and losing all people around you. That's the lowest depth of misery for me.
You? For me, it's the same. When you don't have any perspective anymore, like you have no more reason to live, I think that would be the lowest depth of misery. Or also imprisonment. That would be horrible. Yeah. And what is your favorite occupation?
So let's take this occupation in terms of things we like to do. My favorite thing I like to do now, because occupation in terms of career is different, I guess. Right? So the thing I most like to do nowadays is cultivating and cultivating
not me.
me that I like to do. It's a you, sorry.
You said we.
Sorry. Sorry. The thing I most like to do nowadays is cultivating meaningful relationships and connections with people around me, because people are very important, and I'm learning that.
Very well. Very
Very
good.
well, you?
My favorite thing to do in the moment, I've been enjoying listening to interviews and things like that related to acting. It's been pretty enjoyable, and drawing as well, even though I don't draw well. It's pretty relaxing because you need to pay attention to detail. So I've been enjoying that.
I want to see some of your drawings then.
No. No. Next question is, what is your most marked characteristic?
I don't know, really. I think this most marked characteristic really depends on the person that is thinking about you. If it's like your friends or people from work, or different people, they would think it's a different thing. But maybe, as you observed before, like maybe I observe a lot. So I pay a lot of attention in the things around me, in the details, and maybe that's one.
Very analytical.
Perhaps. And you?
I don't know. My most marked characteristic. Can you give me some helping hand? Because I helped you with this one. No.
Hair flip? Just kidding.
Hair flip too, but not only that. That cannot be my only characteristic.
I'll say kind. You're kind to people around you.
Suppose.
What would you say?
I think I put other people first in general. Like I tend to accommodate people, and that's a characteristic of mine. I don't just like, it's me, my opinion, my will.
You're not a taker.
I am a diplomatic person. I try to accommodate different opinions and try to make peace with everyone, make everyone happy, I suppose.
And what do you most value in your friendships?
How understanding they are. They can be very different, but they're all very understanding, and I know I can trust them. Yeah. What about you?
I value their big hearts. And who are your favorite writers?
I like Breton. I like Camus. I like Rainer Maria Hilke. I like Simone de Beauvoir. She writes beautifully. Fouquet. What about you? Favorite
I also
writer?
like Hilke. I don't know. It's difficult for me to say like, oh, I really like those. But you mentioned I really like Hilke as well. And I like Jane Austen. Okay. Who is your hero of fiction?
I loved Mulan when I was a child. And then I grew up and then I watched Moana, and now Moana is my favorite, I think. So what about you? Who is your hero?
Perhaps my hero of fiction, because I grew up watching this a lot, is Hermione Granger. Because she's brilliant and she's kind and she's brave and she's...
The brains, people, the brains.
But she's really nice as a person. She's really kind and I really like her. Yeah.
Which historical figure do you most identify with?
None. I cannot see myself in any of them. You?
My grandma.
Explain why she's a historical figure.
She's a centenary person. She's over 100, so she deserves to be in the history books. Okay. She's alive.
Great.
Who are your heroes in real life?
My hero in real life? My sister. She helped me a lot, so she's my hero sometimes.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. So what about you?
Oh, you helped me a lot too, so I can say that. You're my hero in real life, and my dad is also a hero in real life many times. He's helped me through so many stuff. Mommy too. I think, yeah.
Your family is your heroes. Then.
Yeah, those are the people who help me, and things get ugly. So for sure. And the next question: What are your favorite names?
My favorite names are Anna, Louis, names like this, like my parents' names. Come on, you.
I like Lily. It's also kind of my mom's name. I like Louis. I like Logan. I like names with L for some reason. I think like Catherine.
Just to mess up.
Well.
Huh?
Catherine is pretty as well. And yeah, flower names are pretty in general as well.
What? Which
flower name?
Flower name. I was just joking, like you said. You like names with L just to mess up with people, like Japanese people who can have a little bit of difficulty with L.
Ruru. Yeah.
But I'm not saying anything. My pronunciation is not good in many, many languages.
But it's okay. I mean, each people can, even in Portuguese, we have a lot of people can pronounce that. And in Korean, there's a lot of things that I can't pronounce either, like the consonants that explosive consonants. I can't say that. And people don't understand me. So yeah, different languages, different things.
You do you. Yep.
What is that you most dislike?
pain, the suffering. You?
Feeling that I don't have any control over a situation.
And what is your greatest regret?
Not taking other people's feelings into consideration as much as I should have. What is your biggest regret?
Not starting to find inner peace earlier.
But I mean, it's hard to say that because if no one really showed you, it's hard as a child, right?
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
How would you like to die? Very casual, right? Just throw it in the conversation. How would you like to die?
Dying is a natural process of life, and we just have to accept it, I think. So I would like to die old, sane, kind of healthy, and fast. After saying all my goodbyes, without any pending relationships, like things I didn't resolve. And how would you like to die?
Short answer, same. Same.
Yeah.
And what is your motto?
Live out of love, not out of fear.
What
is your motto?
Everything is okay. Everything is well. Just to calm myself, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
It's a mantra.
Yes. So that was the 35 questions. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a little bit more about us. And maybe now you can see lots of differences between our thoughts. I hope you had a little bit of fun, and maybe you can do this with your friends or with yourself and get to learn yourself a little better, or your friends, and let us know what you think about it.
You can just search anywhere on the internet, Proust questionnaire, and you can find it pretty easily. And we love to see your answers and maybe what you thought about the difference in our answers as well. Like, did you get to know us a little bit better? We love to hear that. And thank you so much for your time and for being here with us.
Thank you so much. If you enjoyed, please leave us a like, comment down below, and share with your friends. And leave us a review on the podcast. It really helps. I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you so much and take care.
Goodbye.